So we got some more small updates about the David situation, and it seems like there's been finally some more news and information that has come out from the family, the friends, the neighbors of Celeste Rivas Hernandez, who unfortunately lost her life and was found in the front of that Tesla. So we've got a few updates from the media, from Reddit, from other sources, and what it looks like is the area, the neighborhood, the hometown of Celeste is reacting to this tragic news, and people are kind of giving their opinions and sharing some of their thoughts on the situation. So this is an article here. She deserves justice. Celeste Rivas Hernandez's hometown mourns the sweet child found dead in the singer's car. And this is a picture. I think I showed this to you in a previous video of the mural that's been set up to her. So this says over 75 miles from the Tony Hollywood Hills neighborhood where teenager Celeste Rivas Hernandez decomposing body was found in the trunk of a Tesla belonging to the singer David sits the modest Inland Empire community of Lake Elsinore, where she lived with her family. But residents and acquaintances of the teenager are following the case with a mixture of heartbreak, shock, and anger as more details emerge that she knew the multi-platinum singer, whose real name is David Anthony Burke. She deserves justice, resident Ruby Alonso said. It's just so sad. Alonso's son was around the same age as Celeste, and she met the girl's family when Celeste was in kindergarten and remained friends with the family. She was studious, hardworking, and intelligent, she said. Celeste was reported missing in 2024 from the Inland Empire, according to authorities, but her whereabouts since then remain a mystery. Okay. It says here, Celeste's family could not be reached for comment on Friday, and they didn't answer the door at their home, and neighbors have said they've not seen them recently. It was essentially, it basically said that last February missing persons posters blanketed the residential street where she lived, and it wouldn't be the last time she was reported missing. So a neighbor said, I recognized her because of her big curly hair. Neighbor Kaylee Cortez said, I would see her walking with her backpack on the way to school. Apparently, Celeste's family asked the store owner, Ellie Nada, for the video of her apparently walking down the street in a sweater and light pants that was captured in a surveillance video from Del Lago Spirits. It's believed that she got into a vehicle down the street from the store, but they couldn't make out any details as she walked out of the frame. And he said that the police have not contacted him for the video. And other neighbors gave their thoughts. She said she was going to school with the other kids and would stop by all the time. That's the store owner who said that. She would get Takis and soda, maybe candy. She was always so quiet, shy, just a sweet child, said Nadaf, who's a father and operated his business for 11 years in the neighborhood. I feel a connection to the community. It's just heartbreaking to see this happen. Another neighbor said, I got goosebumps when I heard about what happened to her when they found her in the car. It was just so horrible. Giselle Vera, who identified herself as a relative of Celeste, helped start a GoFundMe page for her funeral and told the Times that the family had no immediate comment on the case. An Instagram account previously used by Celeste has since been reactivated by her relatives, which is interesting because no doubt they've got access to DMs on there, which will probably be illuminating. No doubt the conversations between David and Celeste will likely eventually become public. The Times were unable to verify the validity of the account, but in a series of posts, a user who appears to be her brother Matthew Rivas made several posts saying the family had tried to find her before her death. We lost our girl, the Instagram story said, but we did everything. Flyers at her school, TikToks, Instagram, Facebook, police, family searching everywhere. Even our family in Mexico shared and prayed for her. Another post said, my mother hasn't spoken in a week. She feels she failed her daughter, but she didn't. She did everything. Our home is quiet and broken. So this is a very different tone to a lot of people that are out here saying the family were complicit or the family had something to do with it. The quotes that we're hearing there really don't seem to indicate somebody who's, a family that was complicit. It seems like a broken family that's really going through a lot at the moment, and I think it's just really sad. But other things are circulating. So people are saying that there are pictures of Celeste at the concert. There's pictures that have surfaced that people are saying this might have been her at a concert on August the 24th, which some people think this is her. Some people don't think it's her. They're saying full pictures for anyone's interested. It's all on David's Closet on IG, and you can find the full video. And it says she's got the same smile that she has in most of her pictures. Anyone that says it isn't her is stupid. It clearly shows it's her. Plus the tube top, probably the same top she was found dead in, also looks like his brother next to her, and she was seen going to his shows backstage all the time. Plus those are VIP seats. As someone who's been to underground artist concerts, those small venues, I'm 100% convinced that's her, which means she was killed not that long ago. So depressing. It's just a bunch of shots, a bunch of pictures, people trying to make out what's going on. And they're saying that the tube top is connecting. So there's closer analysis of this picture that has been going around. It's a closer I don't know if this has been upscaled. I'll be honest, I'm not 100% sure that that looks like her. It looks a little bit different, but maybe it's the same person. I'm not sure. People are saying that there's a comparison. I feel like it could be, or it might not be. So I don't want to say definitively, but a lot of people are sharing this seems too coincidental to not be her. Another girl up there on the top of the rafters. To be honest, I don't know why, but I feel like the shape of the person's face in this picture looks more like her personally. But I don't know. People are saying there's better quality pictures there. There's a bunch of other pictures. It's hard to upscale. They're saying, is she next to Caleb? His smile is the smile is the same. Saying that's not David next to her, but people are saying that that might be her caught in some of these early pictures. So what's really unusual talking about the family is it's been rumored, it's been reported that David actually still follows one of Celeste's family members, and this might be her aunt. This is someone called Shelly Hernandez, who is on Facebook as well. People are saying it's unusual. David's still following members of the family, right? And then it's connections. They're seeing family connections, trying to prove that this is the right person. And they're saying that this is one of the people who posted the GoFundMe that had raised quite a lot of money, over $20,000. People are saying, did someone notice this too? That might be one of Celeste's family members, Shelly, maybe her aunt or something. The GoFundMe fundraiser is called Esmeralda, same name as Shelly's sister, just a different last name. Maybe she got married. All right. And what do you guys think? Did he stop to unfollow people? Did he forget to unfollow Shelly? And why did he follow her in the first place? People saying, and then they say they didn't know where she was. People are saying they don't believe the family. His age is Googleable, but still, we don't know how much the family knew. Okay. People are saying, as far as I've seen, people were unfollowing him and removing him as a follower versus him unfollowing, which might explain this. I think if he was going through unfollowing, he'd only be following brands and celebs, but we will see. Some people are saying it's not the same person. Esmeralda Lozano is not the same as Esmeralda Hernandez. Both Esmeralda and Hernandez are extremely common Hispanic names, so this might not be them. But another post has been circulating that was apparently her cousin, and she'd warned people not to speak to men on the internet. People are saying this is Celeste's cousin, a warning not to talk to internet guys. This is her posting a video of a stalker tries to steal her little sister, and it says, be careful with who you talk to on the internet. Guys, don't make the same mistakes my cousin made. You don't know who you're talking to on the side of the glass. You don't know who you're talking to on the internet. Please be safe out there, guys. And please, whoever, this is all the way back in, is this whole post? Oh, so the whole post was in February 26th, and this would have been after that 2024 Valentine's Day where she went missing. So this would have been beforehand. It says, a comment underneath it says, and please, whoever has Celeste Rivera, please, I'm begging you, please let her go. She's just a teenager. This is her cousin. Her family members are deeply concerned for Celeste. Please come home back to us. Now, these aren't things that indicate complicity. These aren't things that indicate people knew what was going on and they were complicit and getting paid off. This reeks of a very concerned family member, a very concerned relative who knows something's going on, knows something isn't right, but doesn't really know exactly how and why. And from this, it seems that they know. Be careful when you talk to these internet guys. She was talking to a guy on the internet and went missing. Is this the same comment? This is a different comment that she left on the same day. Return Celeste Rivera to us to bring her home to us. Her family members are deeply concerned. We stopped hunting for her sake until she's returned safely to us. Celeste, come home. We're worried sick about you. We're your family. Maya, we love you to reach out to us. And people are saying that's a picture of her, potentially with the father. And it's another post that was translated. Celeste Hernandez is my niece, missing this morning. I do not get to classes in Lake Elsinore, California. 13 years old. So they were looking for her and they were putting it out there, all right? A week after Celeste's cousin posted about her being missing on the 17th of February, an aunt shared a missing post on the 15th of February. She shared this video on the 26th of February, and it warns of her cousin making a mistake in talking to an internet guy she didn't know. I couldn't watch the video because I don't like these creators, but it's clear that her cousin's drawing a parallel to an older man and a younger child. Also, I'm unsure why she refers to Celeste as Celeste Riviera in these posts, but clearly she's speaking about Celeste Rivas Hernandez, as based on the photos she personally shared and the auntie's post, it seems like Celeste had a large family who had relatives who truly cared about her. It also seemed like her family structure relied on many relatives like aunts and uncles coming together to care for all of the cousins and kids. Based on this post, it also seems like her family knew of her talking to someone older online, right? And what I think is interesting about this is it's all well and good saying they were complicit, maybe they knew, but then maybe they didn't have control of what was going on. Maybe they knew that this girl was talking to some weirdo that she met online on Discord and was running away, but they couldn't really do anything about it. And they're clearly concerned. They're clearly trying to get her back, but clearly the situation was very complicated and very tense. Okay. So people were pointing out the fact that she actually went missing a total of 3 times, which is crazy. There's this video that's been going around, and essentially they're saying more information has come through. This is a TikTok video, and they're basically saying, look, if you don't want to watch the whole video, it basically says she went missing once again before the second time we already knew about, and a man who was in store captured her on camera getting into a car, and that's from that article that we mentioned before. But let's have a listen.
Is coming out about David and Celeste, and this could be a big one. After doing some digging, I came to realize that Celeste not only ran away from home and was technically missing not once, not twice, but 3 times. And a store owner that lives down the street from Celeste's mother feels like he caught Celeste on video camera walking down the street after she ran away and getting into a car. The LA Times had a reporter at the vigil that was being held for Celeste, and one of the people that they got to talk to was a family friend. This family friend told the LA Times that Celeste came home by herself one time, and another time she came home with police. The coming home with police is very consistent to what Celeste's former teacher talked about. He said that Celeste ran off with David, and one time she was brought back by police. This is the first time that we are hearing that Celeste not only went missing twice, now she possibly went missing 3 times, and I found evidence to back that up. People in Reddit were finding Celeste's family, and they posted this that was posted by her aunt, that Celeste was last seen on 3/18 of 2024 in Lake Elsinore. Then the LA Times talks to somebody else, and it's a business owner who lives right down the street in Celeste's neighborhood. And the owner of this store told them that just after 7 a.m. on March 19th, which would be the day after this missing poster that was posted by her aunt, a young girl walked down the street in a dark sweater and light pants. According to a surveillance video from the store, Celeste's family asked the store owner for the video, and he sent it to them because he was confident the girl in the video was Celeste. The store owner said that he knew Celeste because she would come into the store a lot. She would buy soda, she would buy Takis and other snacks. He believed that she got into a vehicle down the street from the store, but he could not make out clear details as she walked out of frame in the video. He then went on to say that police have never asked him for that video footage that he has. This part is a really big deal because we know now Celeste's family have this video and also the store owner. So I'm hoping that they give it to the police department, but most importantly, the LAPD, because what they'll be doing is laying out a time frame, a timeline. If they can figure out, yes, in this exact video, you can see Celeste getting into the same Tesla, at the end of the day, that's going to be a huge deal. Mind you, would tie into this photo of David with one of Celeste's friends, allegedly, that TMZ was able to figure out it was right down the road from where Celeste's mother lived. They said that this happened right before she went missing the very first time, which was on February 14th, Valentine's Day of 2024. And now we have it confirmed from 2 different people, a family friend and a store owner, and her family pages, that she went missing again on 3/18 of 2024. As of right now, we don't know which one she got brought back by police and which one she decided to come home by herself. And she would go missing for the very last time on April 5th of 2024. To learn that there is possibly video evidence of her leaving one of these times, and they think that they got her getting into a car, that is possibly a huge deal. Based on the LA Times article, they said that they did reach out to Lake Eisenhower police, but they are telling them that they need to talk to LAPD and they're not giving out any detailed information. This could be a very big deal for the timeline and to possibly prove that she was in fact leaving with David multiple times. Y'all let me know what you guys think about all this in the comments.
Yeah, so that kind of recovered some of the stuff that we'd already covered. Okay, and they're saying every time she went missing, it was David taking her. Now, unfortunately, a lot of people are still scrutinizing the family, and there's been a few posts going around on Reddit pointing the finger at them once again. So this is a post titled Celeste's Parents. It says, I don't quite understand Celeste's parents on this. When I was 11, 12 or 13, I was literally happy to be out until 7 p.m. I don't know if Latino parenting styles are different or if it was just plain neglect. Their daughter went missing and they knew her boyfriend was named David. How could they not investigate? How could they not ask all of their friends, go to the police and report him? What about her phone location? In my country, it's obvious that police are checking the location of the phone. Plus, before she disappeared, how on earth could she have been at his house at about midnight? I understand escape, she could have escaped, but why didn't they investigate even more then? There's probably not enough information. I don't understand. But there's been a lot of things people have been telling me that there's cultural differences and somehow, you know, some Hispanic families approach things differently. Okay, this says some Hispanic families are extremely strict and wouldn't allow any of this crap to fly, but some Hispanic families who live in poverty and are desperate and think it's a good idea to let their young daughter drop out of school, get pregnant, and run off with a rich millionaire. This is surprisingly more common than people think. There's been speculation that the brother and the family knew her boyfriend was David and that she was staying in LA, so it could definitely be the latter. They probably didn't care. All right. People are saying, oh my God, I was going to post something similar. It doesn't add up that they all knew she was dating David and that they knew it was a Tesla. Why on earth didn't they give the police that info at the time when she was missing for the 3rd time? Why didn't they investigate on it? Did they actually care for her? And they knew that she disappeared once because of David. Why would they let her go off again? Someone says, as a Latina, this situation is definitely unusual. Latin American parents definitely tend to be more on the suffocatingly strict side, the types that will impose 9 p.m. curfews on you deep into your 20s. Looking at their profiles, though, and without wanting to assume too much, it does seem that at least her mother seems to be a weirdo conspiracy nut. Like, genuinely, there is something up with her that maybe isn't perceptible to the people from the US, like some sort of mental illness or whatever. If that's so, it would explain why her aunt seemed to have been the more present parties. I also think it's curious that her mother's profiles don't use Hernandez. Did she remarry? Is she using her own marital surname? Is she hiding her identity? Either way, poor baby girl never stood a chance. I don't know whether to believe that she was getting pimped out by her own blood. I really want to believe otherwise, but her mother does not sound stable and the father is nowhere to be found. Someone saying, actually, you know what else I found super odd? In between her reshares of random AI slop, she also shared pictures from Marnie shows of all things. I would not say that that brand is known in Latin American communities at all. Hell, I never knew of it until just now. Lo and behold, David was at their runway events the very same week she shared those posts. Could be a coincidence, but it does lend credence to the idea that she was aware that Celeste was with him, like all brands on planet and of all moments to share that content. Yeah, it's messed up, okay? So I just wanted to point something out, okay? This was from a last video that I did, okay? This picture of David with a woman, a lot of people thought this was Celeste. I can't lie, I thought it looked a lot like Celeste, but apparently this is a different woman after all, all right? It was an older woman named Vanessa that was apparently there. I'm not going to lie, she does look very similar to Celeste, but people are saying it's another lookalike that people claim is Celeste in the first photo, but it's actually another girl by the name of Vanessa, okay? People saying completely different nose and the facial features don't line up. I'm still convinced this is Celeste unless Vanessa herself comes out and says it was her. In that photo, the girl covering him in front of him is Vanessa. I've seen some people misinterpret that image due to a weird perspective, and I think Vanessa is wearing the bandana in that picture, but she's not. It's David wearing it, behind her. Completely different scenarios and a large amount of time apart. Thus, again, I'm still convinced the girl in the background of OP's first photo is Celeste. Let's look at this picture. Yeah, that's not looking like her. That's looking like someone else. And that's the girl with the bandana. That's the Celeste Herrera. But then that's David wearing the bandana. That is David wearing the bandana. And then people are saying maybe this girl is the girl that's Celeste. But then is that the girl wearing this same plaid top as well? So it could be that girl. Ultimately, very confusing. And we're not 100% sure exactly if that's her in the picture. But I can't lie, David was rolling with a lot of girls that all look the same. I think that's pretty unusual. So another message has surfaced. People are saying this is possible messages Celeste sent while she was missing. And what's interesting about this is this was seemingly on September the 6th, 2025. And it's another deleted user saying, I'm going back home Monday, yay. And they're saying, awesome. And they said, hopefully just in time for my baby's birth. Right. And then obviously there's all these rumors that she might have been pregnant. And saying, I don't know how I feel like that would have been a main news headline if they found a pregnant torso in the trunk. I agree. I think if she was pregnant, that would have come out. That would have been something that was shared. But again, we still don't know at this point, all right? But more alleged Discord messages from people that people believe are Celeste have been circulating. And these are more deleted user posts saying, thanks for happy birthday. And that is Celeste's birthday. This deleted user saying, thanks, babe. Happy birthday on the 7th of September, 2022. The same user apparently saying, me and David just like that for real. Guys, my boyfriend is so perfect. Her saying, I just want to run away. Can you file for independence at 14? And the ages would have added up. And someone saying, hi, guys, I'm David's girlfriend. This deleted user posting a love heart with David written in the middle of it. Very unusual. And there's more there that I can't see. So yeah, that is definitely concerning. The numbers and the ages do kind of add up. A lot of people are saying that this picture I think we already showed was actually Celeste with her father. We're not sure if that's the father, but that is another picture that's going around. And just another post is going around on the topic of, you know, people saying that the family should have done more for her when she was missing. And a lot of people are having this sentiment. I don't necessarily agree with it. And from those posts I showed you at the start, it looked like the family were actually very concerned and doing what they could. But this says, can someone explain to me why nobody did anything when Celeste went missing? From what I gathered, Lake Elsinore is a small rural town. People from Inland Empire claim everyone knew each other. from Lake Elsinore, said everyone knew each other and know everything that happens locally. Apparently, everyone in the town knew she went missing. Her friends knew she was missing. Her teacher knew she would go missing often. Her brother claims he knew about her boyfriend David, etc. So basically, everyone knew where she was and who she was with. Did nobody care? Was her mother receiving hush money? Did she just not go to school? Did any Amber Alerts go out? Or did the cops not know? And did they just look the other way? I really don't understand. Like, it takes an extreme level of incompetence from everyone involved in this situation to allow something like this to happen. People are saying that's a good question. Now, there's even more images. These are looking like some creepy AI images that were projected onto the stage. Okay, David performs on stage at Made on YouTube Pier 57 at New York City on September the 18th, 2024. And this looks like some AI images of a couple, and the girl looks like Celeste. And people are saying it's almost like he was enjoying how much he can reveal without getting exposed. That is definitely suspect. It's showing them growing old together and them together when they're young. I think this weird obsession that he had with her growing old, there was the other music video where, you know, there's a couple running on the beach and the girl looks a lot like her. And then at the end of the video, they're older. And I think he's just got this obsession. You know, he's got all these lyrics about waiting for her age to change, you know, waiting to get older. He was saying he was obsessed with leaving Easter eggs in plain sight. Open secrets are only now revealing themselves. Seeing how nobody seemed to bat an eye or even care when they knew about Celeste for sure boosted his ego to be acting like this. This guy is disgusting. Bro wasn't subtle. He was hiding it all is behind his Itami alter ego. These shirts were called Itami Withered merch. Now, I'm going to do a whole breakdown on this Itami or It For Me thing. So they're basically saying that David actually created this character called Itami, and he was going to be selling it as part of his merch, and it was an alter ego that he had, and he had an anime music video that he made and released, all based around this character. And it seems like from the timeline, there was a date where this character from the show actually died in the fictional world. And he's talking about, oh, welcome to the David verse. He's going to have all these different characters and anime figures. I'm not going to lie, creepy as hell, more content that's aimed towards children. I feel like this guy was really trying to build an empire using anime, Hello Kitty, all of this iconography to attract children, like a digital version of a guy driving around in a van with a bunch of candy hanging out the window. I think it's super creepy and wrong. So I'm going to do a full breakdown of the Itami character, the iconography behind that. I'll do that in a video probably tomorrow because I have a whole bunch of other updates. So I want to do one more video that's just a giant update of just all of the new facts that have come out in the last 24 hours that I haven't managed to fit in any of these other videos on different topics. So I'm going to do one last big update before the end of the day. And then tomorrow I'm going to do the Itami video, and I'm also going to do another video. I won't tell you what that one is on, but that one is actually crazy. We're going to be looking at actually how much David has profited from this since it's happened, because his streaming numbers have gone crazy, and I want to know how much money he's actually made since this horrible crime has been revealed to the world. So we're going to see what happens. We're still waiting for an arrest. Everything's still alleged at this stage, but we've seen so much that it's very hard not to believe that he had something to do with it. That's just my opinion, but it is very messed up and sad. So I'll keep you guys updated. I'll come back with a couple more updates video